Alarmingly, workplace bullying is on the rise in Australia, and what's most concerning is that many of the victims don't even know they're being subjected to it. So I'm going to highlight examples of workplace bullying and the criteria to determine whether you're eligible for workers' compensation. According to the University of South Australia, 2/3 of Australians experience some form of workplace bullying, but only 10% self-identify as victims. It's important to note that this behaviour doesn't just have to be directed face-to-face. It can be over email, social media, online work platforms, or over the phone. Examples of workplace bullying according to Safe Work Australia include abusive or offensive language or comments, aggressive and intimidating behaviour, belittling or humiliating comments, or unjustified criticism or complaints. To determine whether you're eligible for workplace bullying compensation, you must meet the following criteria. You suffered injury or illness supported by medical evidence, and your injury or illness was directly the result of workplace bullying. You won't be successful in your workplace bullying compensation claim if your injury was caused as a result of reasonable management action. This is action taken by your employer relating to your performance that they can argue was reasonable. Examples of reasonable management action can include disciplinary action, demotion, transferring out of a department, and even dismissal. If you've been subjected to workplace bullying, suffered an injury or illness, and your doctor certifies you as being totally or partially unable to work or in need of treatment, then you could be eligible for financial and medical support. Workplace bullying compensation entitlements include weekly benefits, reasonably necessary medical treatment, and lump sum compensation for permanent impairment if your injury is deemed serious enough. We recently represented a client whose story demonstrates why it's so important to seek help early. Our client was a young man with a young family, and as far as home was concerned, life was pretty good. However, work was far from fine. He was subjected to continual harassment and bullying by a fellow work colleague. And this became so bad, it started to impact on all aspects of his life and his job. His relationship started to break down, and his relationship with his children started to be impacted. He could not see a way out of the problem, as he was concerned about not being a provider, and as the breadwinner, he didn't want to lose the job that paid the bills. Fortunately, someone put him in touch with our office. When I first spoke to him, he told me that it got so bad that he even contemplated suicide. We were able to guide him in lodging a workers' compensation claim so that he could get the treatment he needed, claim his lost wages, and eventually make a claim for lump sum compensation. He went from feeling stuck in a no-win situation to finally getting his life back on track. At the end of it all, he told me that his number one regret was not speaking up to his family and seeking advice sooner. Hopefully, this has been helpful to you. But if you're still unsure about workplace bullying compensation or need help with your claim, call Law Partners and have a confidential conversation with one of our specialist workers' compensation lawyers today.